quickly go over an improper integral, where one of the limits of integration is infinity. So we rewrite this as the limit, as b goes to infinity, of the integral from 0 to b of x times e to the negative 2x dx. Once we have rewritten this, the actual integral is just a proper integral. And so we can use any of the integration techniques that we know in order to integrate it. In this case, integration by parts is appropriate. So we're going to set u equal to x and dv to the rest. And then du will be dx, and v will be the integral of e to the negative 2x, or negative a half e to the negative 2x. Once we have these parts in place, we can use the integration by parts formula in order to actually compute this integral. So this is going to be the limit as b goes to infinity of u times v, which in this case is x times negative a half e to the negative 2x. And then I will evaluate this between 0 and b, but I'll do that later. And then we subtract from this the integral of v du. And so that'll give me a plus 1/2 because of the negatives, and then e to the negative 2x dx in the integral. And then eventually, I'm going to want to evaluate everything between 0 and b. And it doesn't matter when we do this, so I'll do it later. All that's left is to actually perform the final integral. So this is going to be the limit as b goes to infinity of that same first term, negative a half e to the negative 2x times x, and then plus, it'll be a quarter because it's a half and then divided by negative 2. So negative a quarter e to the negative 2x from 0 to b. So now I'm going to plug in my parts. I'm going to plug in the b and the 0, and then I'm going to take the limit. So I take the limit as b goes to infinity of negative a half b times e to the negative 2b, and then minus a quarter e to the negative 2b. When I plug in 0 to my first term, I end up with 0. So this will be plus 0. And then when I plug in 0 to the second term, I'll have negative a quarter. So I'll minus negative a quarter and get plus 1/4. When we look at these terms and we let b go to infinity, the first two terms both involve e to the negative 2b. And both of these can be shown to go to 0. You can use a couple of different forms, but L'Hopital's rule is probably the easiest way to show that this will go to 0. And so all I'm left when I take the limit is my actual integral, 1/4.